afternoon, everyone. I hope you're having a beautiful day so far today. Sunday, I think it's what, June 6th maybe? The days are just kind of like melding together. But I would like to welcome everybody back to the channel. If you're new here, thank you for stopping by. Every week I do a weekly card reading, oracle card reading for the collective. And that's what this is. So if you are new here, I would appreciate if you'd hit the like and subscribe button so that you get notified of future videos that come up, because I do post different videos on different things. On the road again videos, the weekly card, and I'm actually going to start putting up some newer videos about the medicine wheel and talk a little bit more about the books, because the one is taking shape very well. It's about cats. Domestic and wild cats will be in the book. And I have learned quite a bit about cats. And I mean, I've owned them since I was in my early 20s. And I'm still learning about cats and where they were represented in other places in the world, the mythology behind them, how other people felt the cats were sacred, and all kinds of stuff. So it's turning into a very interesting book, even for me to put together and write. And of course there is going to be stories about my own cats, all the way from, well, I don't know if we'll go back as far as Pumpkin. She was the first one. And then there was Panther, and then there was Lucifer, and there was Jinx, and then there was Banshee. And they all named themselves because of their behavior and their attitudes. I actually had one black cat, long-haired black cat, whose name was Jaws, because he never shut up. And he was very good at opening cabinets. My roommates used to just crack up. They'd open up a cabinet to get something out, and there he would be. It was kind of funny. All the way up to Tigger and Lucky, and then of course Merlin. She was the first medicine cat. Although I think Tigger was too. He was a bobtail. And there was Merlin and Medicine Bear and Bearheart. Funny stories with a lot of them. Very poignant. Helping with dreams and saving my life. So yeah, pretty fascinating stuff. But as we shuffle the cards, if you are a returning subscriber, I thank you for liking the channel, and thank you for your comments and questions and everything that you're curious about, because curiosity is always a good thing. So I'm Reverend Dr. Elena Skyhawk, and part of the mission that we're working with right now is really bringing love onto the planet, raising the vibration of all of humanity, putting love to Mother Earth, Mahaina, Pachamama, Gaia, however you want to call her. She is a living, breathing being, and she needs our help. So she'd appreciate any prayers, any healing that you would love to send her. She's open to accepting it, as are all the inhabitants of Mahaina, including the winged ones, the four-leggeds, the creepy crawlies, the winged ones, the finned ones, the slithering ones, the standing ones, which of course there's a bunch of them around here. They're trees. They would appreciate the love and the healing as well. So today I was specifically told to get this card deck out. Messages from the Spirits of Nature Oracle by Stephen Farmer. So I had to go digging in the trunk to find it. So we will see what the Spirits of Nature. And just in case you're wondering where I'm at, I am in the rose garden that surrounds the Tony Hillerman Library in Albuquerque. I was in Belen for the last 4 days or so. Thought it was a nice respite from the Albuquerque area, but there really wasn't much down there. So I came back just in time for service at the Unity Church this morning, which was nice. So I'm hearing, again, they want 4 cards. We have to bring the balance back. So we're going to pull 4 cards and we'll see what Spirit wants the collective to know for this week. Interesting selection. So the first card is Desert. That's a pretty cool picture. It's Monument Valley. See it up a little closer. And the word on there is thirst. The second is Stars, all about navigation. The third is Wind. And the word is movement. And the fourth is the Waterfall. Persistence. I like to be standing under that right now because that nice water would feel really good because it's rather warm here in Albuquerque. So now, let's see what the messages are. And since we're still dealing with that little cataract issue and they sent me the wrong medication, so they reordered it for me. We should be here tomorrow. But in the meantime, I'm cheating because we need to be able to read what the messages are. So the message from the desert, it isn't a lack of water that is calling for your attention now, but a vague awareness that something is missing. Your life feels rather dry and bereft of anything that will quench that thirst. All your attempts at finding relief so far have been misdirected, as you have been pursuing habitual patterns that, while familiar, have not fully satisfied you. There remains that feeling of lack, of an internal dryness that you haven't been able to pinpoint, but can lead or can feel as a heartache or malaise. This is no thirst of the body, but a spiritual thirst, a dryness of the soul, one that can be satisfied or satiated only by drinking from the well of spirit. It's important now to attend to this spiritual deprivation by practicing sacred meditation, prayer, ceremony, or any other means that aligns with your higher self, heeding that inner prompting to express your creativity in any way that calls to you is another bridge to connecting with spirit. Honor that calling and note how it satisfies that spiritual thirst. Again, the desert. So that is the first card. Then we go to the stars. And let's see what the message of the stars is. How are you navigating through your life? Are you winging it? Or do you have your life planned out with little or no room for variance? What sources do you rely on for the choices you make? You're beginning to see how your way of navigating through life has had its pitfalls and limitations, and are feeling the urge to change your way of operating. Like your long ago ancestors who learn to navigate their individual and communal lives with the various elements and spirits of nature, it's time for you to shift to directing your awareness to the signs and omens so abundantly available from spirit, especially the spirits of nature. Your mind is so busy all that time that it starts to think it's in charge. Remind yourself that your ego is not supreme by tuning in to the spiritual guidance available to you just outside your door. And make sure you open that door first so that you can actually see what's on the other side. Don't guess. Whatever other sources in the natural world you find useful directions from, make it a point to experience the astounding reminder of the benevolent universe in which we live by lying under the stars and listening closely to what they're telling you. And if you happen to see a shooting star, go ahead and make a wish and see if it comes true. So that is the stars, our navigation card. And then the third card is the wind. Slow down. In this hurry-up world, it's easy to get caught up in its quickened pace, rushing here and there without being mindful of your actions, treating everything you do as urgent. Your consciousness always at least a few feet in front of your body. Yes, it's time to relax. But even more importantly, slowing down allows you to be more consciously aware and appreciative of the intricacies and miraculousness of your body's ability to move. This requires you to be more attuned to your physical form than your mind. At every opportunity, focus your awareness on the movement, not only inside of you, but also all around you. Start by pausing for a few moments and noticing the movement that is your heartbeat and your breath. And from there, bring your awareness to the muscles that are used to make even the slightest motion. Observe how others move: people, animals, trees, and plants. Then consider how the universe is in constant motion without pause. You'll be reminded of this every time you feel a breeze across your brow or a gust of wind rustling your hair. At its most basic, life is all about movement, including the cars going by. Never stops. So this was the third card, wind. Oops. Kind of hard to see a little bit there with the sun coming down through the trellis, but that's the wind. And it's just yellow everywhere. Oranges, yellows. Not really much to see because it's all in movement. Huh. You like that? Okay. And the last card was the waterfall. All that beautiful water. Persistence is what the waterfall is about. You're struggling with your impatience. Oh, here they go talking about me again. because I'm very impatient. It's a virtue and one I'm still working on. How about you? So you're still struggling with your impatience, rushing too fast to gain ground on that project you're so invested in, and feeling defeated. Don't give up. Persistence is what's required here. Not striving or aiming for perfectionism, but staying the course. You have obstacles that seem to have been in your way, and yet you can recall how you were able to get through those blocks or work around them in ways that allowed you to continue with your intention. Pause periodically and step away from your attempts. Take a break. But don't make it a permanent one. Your endeavors will be rewarded with the satisfaction of completing a job well done. Though the completion is a welcome and necessary pause between steps in the accomplishment of your mission, there is still more to do. Take a breath. Trust that the inspiration for what you're doing will always be available. Know, once this phase is completed, it's only to create room for the next step in the progression of your mission. And again, here's that beautiful waterfall card. Persistence. So there you have the reading for this week, from Sunday to Saturday. It's hard to believe we're going to be coming up on the middle of the month already, by I think the end of the week, but it seems to be moving very quickly. So I hope you all get benefit from these readings, that they all help in your focus, in your mission, in your life, to help you pave the way to make things easier. Sometimes life throws us oranges when we need apples, but hey, you take the orange and you make do. I don't know where that came from, but as you find out, if you follow me long enough, when Spirit has something to say, they just pop it out of my mouth. Might not make sense at the time, but to somebody it will. So I hope you have a very blessed day and a very calm and peaceful week, full of love, full of companionship. And that's one thing I noticed was missing in my life when I actually went to Unity today. I realized that we're not here to do things always on our own, that sometimes it does take a village to help somebody move forward. And that's what Spirit reminded me of this morning, that I don't have to do things all by myself all the time. There's a community of like-minded people here in Albuquerque that were more than willing to help. And will I be going back next week? Darn tootin' I will, because I made some really good friends today. Talked to the pastor in training, and we have a lot in common. So even though their thinking is a little different from their training from what mine is, we still met in the middle and agreed on what they were talking about today. And that's what it's about, finding like-minded people in your community and becoming, because even a shaman isn't a shaman without a community. You have to have people surrounding you that care, that love you, that are concerned about you, that are willing to help you as you are willing to help them. So there was a lot of reciprocal going on after this sermon this morning. And I have a couple people reaching out to their friends to help, to see what they can do about getting me a permanent place to live. And that's what it's all about. Persistence and patience, and listening to your guidance. So that is what Spirit has for us all this week. Enjoy your week, and know that you are dearly loved. Blessings to all of you, and we'll see you next week. Bye for now. And remember, always walk in beauty, my friends.